Today on the channel. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Newman, and today we'll be doing three unboxes in one video. Now, before we get to the unboxings, I would just like to ask that you'd like this video, and if you're interested in more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. That way you'll never miss a future unboxing. Now, I initially ordered these 3 motorcycles for the bikermicefrommars from Amazon. However, Amazon being Amazon, they canceled my order after multiple delays. So I wound up getting these from BigBadToyStore.com, an actual reliable company. I'm pretty much done with Amazon. They can eat it. So hey, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get these things opened up. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Modo's Mondo chopper. As I said in my previous review of the bikermicefrommars, the figures themselves, I really do love the retro packaging that Nacelle Toys is using. Now, turning to the side of the package, we have a photograph of the motorcycle itself, along with a few bits of information. Now, turning towards the back, we have an animated illustration of Modo on his chopper. That's pretty cool. That's some great artwork. Turning to the other side, it's the same photograph and the same dialogue. And lastly, on the bottom, there's going to be the barcode, the Mondo chopper logo, and a bunch of legalese, and there is nothing on the top. Let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. Alright, so here's the card back of all 3 bikermicefrommars. That's pretty cool. Alright, so first up we have a smoke stand for the motorcycle. This is pretty cool. This is very nicely painted. Well done. We've got some fire effects for the exhaust. We have an alternate headlight for the motorcycle, which I initially thought was a helmet, completely forgetting that a helmet came with the figure already. And we have the same chili dog that came with the figures themselves. I don't really know why we need another one. Alright, oh, thank God, there's no plastic ties. Whoopsie! So there's no plastic ties to keep this thing in the plastic. You can just lift it right out. Thank God. Just save me 5 minutes. So overall, this looks really nice. This looks very animated. This looks really good. I do like this. I'm very happy that they used nothing but matte paint for this, so that is excellent. Even the tires, they're completely smooth. I'm actually quite happy that they resisted the urge to make this realistic, and they just went completely in on the animated look for this motorcycle. I'll save the hyper-realism for Hot Toys and Mezco, thank you very much. Alright, and it rolls pretty well too. Alright, that's... Alright. Now, if I do have a complaint, it will topple over. I guess the foot pegs at the bottom will help it from toppling over. But I do wish there was a kickstand on this, an official kickstand. I wonder if, yeah, I was curious to see if these fire effects could fit in these blasters here, but it looks like they're only made for the exhaust. But there are peg holes in the blasters up front. So I wonder if there was an idea of getting blast effects for the front, and they just never followed through with it. They may have ran over budget and then just completely nixed it. Whatever. Now let's see if I can... So this swap out is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Ooh, buddy. Nope, see, it's still loose. Huh. Yeah, so, yeah, it's the same... they do actually look a little different. Maybe, I wonder. Let me put this one back on. If I can... Lord! Oh, come on! Okay, there we go. There we go. It popped back in. I successfully put the light that was already on this thing back on there, which doesn't solve my problem of getting this one on there. So let's give it another go. I don't want to put too much pressure on it because I don't want to break it. Oh my goodness gracious. Jesus Christ!
5 minutes later.
Okie dokie, so I got it on by taking it off camera and spending way too long getting this thing on. Okay, so I realize why they just don't have like a proper peg for that light, because it's a light and it is battery operated. I just took the plastic peg out that was separating the battery from the light turning on. But man, oh my god! Like I just wish they could have came up with something better than that. Woo! That was rough. But all right, here we go. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get Modo in here. Get him in position. And all right, let's get his hands on the handlebars, and I just rubbed some gray paint on these handlebars for Modo. Okay. All right, but you know, like, again, these are great figures. Sometimes the articulation gets a little loose, specifically in the ab crunch for Modo. But yeah, no, looks good. Looks real good. All right, okay. I'm calm now. I'm no longer angry. Okay, so let's go ahead and test out this light feature. All right, there we go. All right, pretty cool. All right, so there you have it. There is Modo on his Mondo chopper, ready to raise some heck. All right, next up we've got Vinnie's Radical Rocket Sled. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. But first, let's take a look at the packaging. The same retro style as the one before. Turning to the side, we have a photograph of the motorcycle, as well as a listing of the accessories that come with this motorcycle. Turning to the back, we've got another animated illustration of Vinnie in action. Very nice. Turning to the other side, it's the same exact image, same exact dialogue. And lastly, on the bottom, the Radical Rocket Sled logo, barcode, all the legalese. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. We've got the same exact card back, and all right, so we also have some more exhaust effects right here. Smoke stand, and another hot dog. It's a hot dog, it's not a chili dog, there's no chili on it. And the motorcycle itself. Very Akira. I really do like this quite a bit. Very nice. This thing seems to be in the way. I didn't realize that this actually came with it. I guess I should have actually read the box before opening it up. I wonder if this can expand. Like, I wonder. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, look, he's got like a cute little mouse rear view mirror on the side. That's ain't that quaint. All right, everything's looking good. No kickstand on this one either, so that's a little disappointing. Hopefully it balances just a little bit better than Modo's chopper. Yep, and it does expand, so yeah, all right, look at that. That's cool. And yeah, it is a little better balance, so you can stand up straight without the smoke stand. Light works pretty well. All right, cool. I really don't know what I'm going to do with this giant bazooka, though. It's really in the way. Hey, this is me from the future. So the bazooka is detachable. There's a magnet right here, right underneath the exhaust. You see, it actually sticks to the bazooka too. And then this portion comes out. So there you go. It is detachable. Hey, it's me from the present. So let's go ahead and get this smoke stand back in here. Put that on there, because we're going to go ahead and get our Vinnie toy and get him seated on this motorcycle. Okay, so I did want to rob you of seeing me struggle to get this guy on this motorcycle. It's because I wasn't smart enough to realize that the cannon was detachable, so it just made things a lot more difficult for me. But here we go. I had to speed things up a bit, because really, who wants to see all of this? But I got there. I got there eventually. So let's go ahead and get the fire effects on his exhaust. Just going to plug these things right in. It really looks like a big nose. And he's blowing out some red boogies. But there you go. Alright, it's cool. Very nice. I don't quite have the feet on the foot pegs, but, you know, whatever. So, Finally, we're going to be doing Throttle's Martian monster bike. It's got the same retro packaging as the first two. Turning to the side, we have a photograph of the bike with a listing of all of its accessories. On the back, we have an animated illustration of Throttle on his motorcycle. On the other side, we have the same photograph and the same dialogue. And lastly, on the bottom, we have the Martian monster bike logo, the barcode, and some legalese. Ain't nothing on the top, so we're going to go ahead and skip that. Let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. In the back of the box, we have the same card back that's in all three of the other motorcycles. So first up, we got another smoke stand right here. We got some more fire effects, a couple of rockets that honestly look like miniature atomic bombs, and lastly, we've got a gun for the base of his handlebars. So once again, thank God that there are no twisty ties on this thing holding it down into the plastic. You can just lift it easily right up. We're going to go ahead and remove the plastic piece that stops the battery from working, and here we go. So you know what? I think this is my favorite one. I think it because it looks the most traditional. I think this is why I like this the most. I could actually use this for other toys, so I think that's also why I like it. And it actually has a kickstand. Thank God for that. Okay. All right. All of these motorcycles, but this one specifically, gives me Roger Rabbit vibes. In a good way. I mean, are there any bad things about Roger Rabbit? I mean, that's an incredible movie. Let's go ahead and get Throttle in here. Get him in position to take a seat on this thing. Oh, gotta move the tail. Alright. And hopefully I don't rub off paint on these handlebars like Modo. Okay, so here we go. Alright. So this was a lot less of a struggle than the first two. And you know what? I think this is the best looking altogether. This is perfect. I love this. And you know what? Even without the use of the kickstand, this motorcycle actually balances pretty well. Does it? Yeah, see? Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Now, I've already installed the rockets on the front of the motorcycle, so the gun just clips on just like that. It's pretty easy. Next up, we're going to put in the fire effects on the exhaust on here. And they're actually molded to fit these diagonal exhausts. Because as you can see, I'm going to set this down, and they're going to fall off. Because I didn't have them properly installed. See, it's actually it's at an angle. It's not a flat connection, so it fits the angle of the exhaust. And there we go. Much better. Now, one other thing that I stumbled upon is that the fire effects can actually fit into the blaster up front. So you have another option for this fire effect. So that's pretty cool. You couldn't do this with Modos, but you can with Throttles. So, how do you like that? Okay, final thoughts. So overall, I really do like these motorcycles for the bikermicefrommars. I think Throttles, this one right here, is the #1. It's got the best look. It's got the best design. It's got a kickstand so it doesn't fall over. And even if you didn't use the kickstand, the balance is still pretty good. So you don't even really need the smoke stand. Although I would recommend having the smoke stand. You don't want this thing tumbling off your shelf in the middle of the night. All the fire effects are pretty cool. The weapons are cool as well. And the fact that you can use one of the fire effects for the gun at the very front is it's a win in my book. That hot dog was completely unnecessary though. We didn't really need it. So Modo's chopper, you know what? I do like this, but it's not as well balanced as Throttle's. So it tends to topple over quite a bit. So you definitely need the smoke stand for this. Also, I had a hell of a time getting the headlight on here. The one without the guns. The one with the guns is a lot easier to get on. And it came with it on there already. But the one without was, it was murder getting that thing off. I mean, hopefully it's going to be a little easier with time. But I wish the design was a little better with that. Now, Vinnie's rocket sled is nice. I don't know if I like the placement of the foot pegs. I know it's probably cartoon accurate, but it makes sitting the figure in there a little difficult. he looks a little awkward because the head doesn't move back far enough so that it looks good. So his head is pointed down, and it doesn't look quite right. Also, I would definitely make sure this is super secure, because if this thing falls off your shelf, I foresee that rearview mirror completely breaking off. So I do recommend these. I think Nacelle is a great up-and-coming toy company. They have a few kinks to work out in a couple of different areas, but overall I think the quality is there. Now these are a little pricey. They come at $47 each, so if you don't have the money for it, don't stress. Take care of your personal finances first. Again, this is just plastic. It's completely unnecessary. You don't have to get this. But if you do have the extra cash, you should go out and get it. They're really nice. So alright, that's going to pretty much wrap everything up. I am Rip It Open with Newman on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Fanbase, and Red Note. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will check you later.